Thank you very much.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Can you just comment on this type of point of view that although the New York State Restore grant is not federal,
Yep.
it is public money.
Yep.
The point of view that you accepted public money and then later said that public money in the form of stimulus should not be spent. The point of view that that's somewhat duplicitous.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that, Joe, and I'll tell you why. Because I called for the return of the stimulus money. The stimulus money, the $500 billion I'm referring to out of approximately that $1 trillion of stimulus money, is uncommitted funds, money that has not been spent or committed to projects. And to me, when I'm looking at the federal deficit of $1.7 trillion this year, that to me is more troublesome than the stimulus package of the $500 billion going forward when you're getting indications that the economy has recovered. So rather than spend that money, and now what's happening is even as Congressman Massa indicates, he's going to have a political role in handing out that money. And it's becoming traditional pork dealing, a slush fund for politicians. And that's troublesome. The stimulus was sold to us as an infrastructure bill. This is going to go to roads. This is going to go to water. This is going to go to sewer. This is going to go to our downtown city communities.
Yeah.
It hasn't occurred. And I've said before that there is a role for the federal government and state government in spending situations. And that is when you invest with long-term return on your investment. And that's in roads, infrastructure. And the Restore New York program is that kind of program. It's taking our city's infrastructure and looking at the long-term picture and working with the private sector to get a long-term gain by getting these properties back on the tax rolls and becoming productive and creating jobs and being a source of pride for our communities rather than a source of blight.
You called the stimulus package a slush fund?
Yeah, at this point in time, as Congressman Matz already said, Joe, he's politically trying to hand it out to the city and to other communities. It's not going to what it was sold to us as.
What about his point of view that by you taking this position, you've endangered future funding for projects specifically in Corning?
Yeah, and
how do you respond to that?
I mean, I guess I'm looking at it from the perspective of you got $500 billion of uncommitted money. It was sold to us as a stimulus package for our infrastructure. That has not been delivered, and you're looking now at a $1.7 trillion deficit. To me, the economic benefit to our community is to return that money to cover that budget deficit. And now he's playing politics with the money.
Okay.
And it's best for the city of Corning for that money to be returned.
Rather than receive money for other projects?
At this point in time. Yeah. Okay. Now, I will also tell you that our infrastructure problem, Joe, as you know, being the editor of the Corning Leader, we're looking for $60 million. This is the infrastructure that we need to address. It's a bigger, it's turning into a political slush fund. I guess that's the fundamental point I'm trying to make here.
The decision as to who gets that stimulus money is made at the state level, is it not?
Well, according to Congressman Massey, he's got the influence to deliver it.
Okay.
I've got another sorry. Are you done, Joe?
Yeah, I'm done.
One more follow-up. Wasn't part of the stimulus money that came to New York State didn't it offset a shortfall in the New York State budget? So isn't it arguable that any grant program like the one you received was enabled by the stimulus funding? I mean, isn't money fungible in general?
I'll tell you right now, that has definitely never been told to us from on the stimulus money that it was going to be used to cover budget deficits. That was our concern. I raised that concern from day one. And what you're seeing when it got to Albany is the money went to Albany, and it was and it stopped there. And to see a governor and a legislative body increase the budget 9%, utilizing that money is, in my opinion, irresponsible. And I have never, when the stimulus package was presented to us, told that it was going to cover budget deficits. It was going to it was shovel-ready jobs to get people back to work. And that just has not occurred. There's $500 billion still sitting there. And now it's being doled out by politicians like Congressman Masson.
So you don't think the projected shortfall in New York State's budget this spring was offset by stimulus money?
No, I didn't say that. I said the stimulus money was not designed to do that, or told us in Corning that would occur.
So it did, but it shouldn't have. Is that your position?
Yeah, I think the people in Albany used it for inappropriate means, and they increased the budget 9%.
Okay.